From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, happy Monday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Now, I hope you're sitting down, enjoying a cup of coffee, watching this forecast, and have the day off for the rest of the day. If you do, congratulations. If you don't, welcome to the club. You know, you got to pay the bills, right? All right, so here's what we've got. We've got an unsettled weather pattern through midweek. Nothing to be concerned about. I think we'll see that mix of sun, some clouds, and a passing sprinkle, a light shower, maybe a snow flurry in the mountains. And speaking of snow, the levels will be between 3,000 and 5,000 feet through Wednesday. Now, Wednesday will be the day I think we'll see the best chance for at least measurable rainfall, measurable snow for everyone. It'll be the most noticeable. But then we're drier and warmer as we go towards the end of the week and even into this weekend. Now, some of the long-range forecast models are hinting at the potential for some wet weather by the end of this upcoming weekend and early next week. Nothing guaranteed at this point. I'm not going to set it in stone just yet, but something I'll be watching here very closely. All right, here's your Krueger's Quickcast for your Monday, February 17th. You're heading out the door, getting in the car, hopefully not going to work, just maybe going out to run some errands or something, right? But there you can see it's just mainly mostly cloudy out there. Not much in the way of rain out there this morning. If you see anything, don't be surprised. Maybe a passing sprinkle, especially for the coast and some of those higher elevations. So you can see the stream of moisture out to the west. You've got another area of low pressure off to the west as well. That's all going to be shifting eastward and impacting us later this week. But as I mentioned, later this week, probably around middle of the week by Wednesday. But today, yeah, see that? Maybe a passing snow flurry in the mountains, maybe a passing shower here. You know, and it could be a little bit more substantial for places like Del Norte County today. Could you see a better chance for maybe some measurable rainfall? Absolutely. It's not out of the question. But you can see it's not going to last for very long. It's going to be few and far between everywhere else and mainly dry in the valley. Now, by tonight, tomorrow morning, you're seeing things begin to clear out. That's going to probably make for a colder start to the day tomorrow. Heading out to the ski park today should be a good day for it. You do have the mostly cloudy skies. You may see a passing flurry, but overall it should be a good day to get out there and hit the slopes no matter where you're going. You can see any chain requirements we do have right now are mainly east of I-5 on Highway 44 and then once again on Cedar Pass there. But looks like Highway 89 looks to be okay, but just be careful. There's still going to be some slick spots out there despite the fact that there may or may not be chain requirements in many of these areas here. You just need to be careful. You start to see those temperatures really begin to drop. Now what we're seeing here is improving conditions today. We're not going to really see the conditions get much worse. However, I think Cedar Pass will continue to see some snow and some ice on that pass there. Of course, that's over 6,000 feet. That's typically to be expected. And of course, on Highway 395, you may see some issues again tomorrow morning. But overall, we're not expecting much in the way of snow to really impact your travel that much. Temperatures today in the upper 50s, maybe even reaching 60 for some of the warmer spots in the valley. And we've got those 30s and 40s for the higher elevations and right around those low 50s for your daytime highs for the coast. Now your 7-day outlook for the valley, there you have it. We're going to be looking at mainly dry. So again, mostly cloudy. If any of these areas sees a passing sprinkle today or tomorrow, again, don't be surprised. It's not going to amount to much. It's Wednesday that I think we'll see some of that measurable rainfall. Dry through most likely this weekend. As I mentioned earlier, some of the long-range forecast models are hinting at maybe some wet weather by Sunday or Monday of next week, but I'm not setting that in stone just yet. The coast has a better chance for measurable rainfall today over anyone else, but again, not very heavy. And then dry, mainly dry, but a passing sprinkle Tuesday. Better chances on Wednesday, drying out for the end of the week and into this weekend. All right, let's take a look at Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains. And again, mainly cloudy, maybe a passing flurry here or there, or a passing shower today and tomorrow. Better chances on Wednesday, drying out by the end of the week and this weekend. All right, that's Krueger's Quickcast. You know, there is a free Weather NorCal app if you don't know about it already. Just go to your app store. Do it with me right now. Go to your app store, tip at App Store, type in Weather NorCal. So, you know, you can also type in WX NorCal, but Weather NorCal, and you'll see this logo right here. Tap on it, click Install, and you have got the most comprehensive, local-centric app that you're going to have here for Northern California. And on top of that, everything I offer, a neighborhood forecast, current conditions, the video forecast that you're watching, the 24-hour streaming channels, special programming. We've got, of course, the radar, the works. You can also share your photos from the app. So check it out today. And I always say this, if you don't like it, take it off your phone. But I think you'll like it. All right, so here you go. You can see, of course, all the activity coming in from the west. We do have a bit of a, atmospheric river, so there is some moisture that we're going to be looking at here as well. That the area of low pressure that's going to be affecting us by Wednesday, it will have some moisture to work with. But again, I don't expect a ton of rain. I don't expect a ton of snow. All right, so here's what it looks like today. Again, as I mentioned earlier, where could we see the best chance for decent measurable amounts of rainfall? Sure, northwest. That's pretty typical with these systems that clip to the north. Maybe a passing flurry in Siskiyou County, Modoc County, northern Lassen County, even northern Trinity County. All right, so we go later this afternoon. You're driving around. All right, you get a couple of raindrops on your windshield. That's the extent of for today. So mainly cloudy, but by tonight, tomorrow morning, you see how we're clearing things out. That's going to make for a colder start to the day, but you'll notice it's dry. Now, we do have some activity come from the west, and you can see by midday, all right, maybe a passing shower to the north. Now, it is showing getting a little bit more aggressive with that potential through the afternoon, but this is the same situation as we're going to see today. Could you see a passing sprinkle? Maybe you're driving around, you have to turn on the windshield wiper a couple of times, and that's it. Maybe a little bit more aggressive to the north, but still fairly dry off to the east. That will then push through Tuesday night. But again, it's the more substantial rainfall that we've got coming in for Wednesday morning. And then, of course, midday, you still got that rain in there, right? And that's all going to push off to the east. And what happens? Yeah, it starts to dry out. In fact, by Thursday, we're looking at mainly sunny skies. So again, the more substantial rainfall comes in on Wednesday. I mean, it's not bad. I think about 1/4 of an inch, give or take, for the valley. But, the coast, a 1/2 inch to even over an inch is a very good possibility, including the inland areas. And where we typically don't see as much is going to be off to the east, but still at least some measurable rainfall. So here's your overall setup. Here's what's going on. You can see this system passing through to our north. You got this warm front that's going to help to bring in some clouds tomorrow. But again, not much in the way of rain or snow. This cold front, though, that's what's coming in on Wednesday. That's what we saw on Futurecast, right? With that rain and snow in the mountains. That pushes off to the east. High pressure starts to settle in on Thursday. High pressure is the dominant feature for Friday, Saturday. And look at this. By the time we get into Sunday, you see this? It depends on how strong our ridge of high pressure is over the weekend. If we have a little bit more prominent ridge, we don't see any rainfall. If it kind of weakens a little bit and shifts it a little bit more to the south, yeah, maybe some showers by Sunday, Monday of next week. But until then, we got several days to kind of keep watching this and see what happens with that. I mean, sure, it would be nice to maybe see a little bit more rainfall, right? And with that a cold front passing through on Wednesday, we are going to see the winds pick up. But again, it's not until Wednesday, right? You can see here for Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, not much going on with the winds, although the wind's starting to pick up by Tuesday night. In fact, there's Wednesday morning at 5 a.m., very gusty along the coast, quite gusty for places like central Siskiyou County. Not as bad elsewhere. The winds may pick up for parts of the valley here by midday, maybe 10, 20, 25 miles per hour. So a bit breezy, borderline windy, and then still a bit windy off to the east. But once that cold front passes to our east, those winds should die down for your Thursday. All right, again, looking at the chain requirements this morning, they're mainly east of I-5 on Highway 44, and of course on Cedar Pass on Highway 299 east. Otherwise, no other chain requirements out there. And, you even head down towards the Tahoe region, doesn't seem to be that bad either. So, the conditions are certainly a lot better out there, and I don't anticipate them to get much worse. In fact, if anything, they'll improve today. There you can see even out towards Cedar Pass, but then again, with maybe a chance for a flurry or two, that could create some more chain requirements out towards Cedar Pass. But even Scott Mountain doesn't look to be all that bad. But overall, you can see we're not seeing much in the way of snow out there and shouldn't impact your travel too much. All right, here's a look at your precipitation outlook. This is something I've been talking about even since last week. Still looking at drier than normal conditions in that longer range. So looks like we're getting a bit of a break from this wet weather. But the lake levels are still looking good. We're still at 80% or higher with their overall capacity from Shasta Lake, Trinity, and even Lake Oroville. And of course, the historical average still well over 100% as well. So again, things are going quite well. Wanted to show you this, and I showed you this the last few days. February high temperatures so far have mainly been below normal so far for the month of February. It's been a pretty chilly month. But again, as we kind of progress through time, especially toward the end of the week, we got warmer than normal temperatures making their way back into the forecast. We're talking upper 60s, maybe even some 70-degree readings here in the longer range. That sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Especially when we're doing okay when it comes to rain and snow at this point. There you can see the wave height still fairly high today, but they should start to retreat here as we take you through the day on Tuesday. There's a marine forecast for your Monday. Southwest winds at about 5 to 10 knots. There is a small craft advisory, by the way, through this afternoon. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures in the upper 40s for the most part. Some of the cooler spots like Mad River at about 42 degrees. 52 for a high in Fortuna, 49 degrees that is in Rio Dell, and 53 in Garberville. 52 for Smith River, 49 for Gas Key, and Hoopa about 49 degrees. Here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. 44 degrees in Happy Camp, Etna about 41. There you can see Gazelle 43, and Dunsmuir topping out at about 42. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, 39 for Tule Lake, 37 in Canby, 36 in Cedarville, and California Pines about 37. Eastern Mountains, we've got temperatures mainly in the 40s. Some of the warmer spots would be Paradise with a high of about 52. 47 degrees for Quincy, 44 degrees in Susanville, and your Valley neighborhood forecast, brought to you by Walgamith Painting. The temperatures are going to be in the upper 50s. Now, we could touch 60, I think, for some of the warmer spots, especially if you can clear things out a little bit more. But otherwise, we'll call it mostly cloudy, a little bit warmer on Tuesday, mainly dry, maybe a passing sprinkle. So again, this is something I talked about a little bit earlier. If in the valley you see a passing sprinkle today or tomorrow, don't be surprised. But the better chances for measurable rainfall and cooler temperatures, by the way, on Wednesday before drying out again for the end of the week and into the weekend. Let's take you up to the north. 52 degrees for Whiskeytown, 55 for the city of Shasta Lake, 56 in Bella Vista, 57 in Cottonwood, and 58 for Red Bluff. Once again, maybe a passing sprinkle today and tomorrow, a little bit warmer on Tuesday, cooler on Wednesday with a high of 58 degrees, better chance for some measurable rainfall. Dry for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, as mentioned earlier. Some of the long-range forecast models are hinting at the potential for some wet weather by Sunday, Monday of next week. Until then, though, I'm not going to set that in stone and just keep it dry. Have yourselves a great President's Day. Of course, I'll be back here at noon. Have a great morning.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.